Hey y'all, I'm JamesWright and welcome back to Wizards News. The Brilliant event has changed and we've gotten some answers about how this is actually working and what in the world is going on. Let's dive in and take a look at this. If you saw my video from a couple days ago, there was a lot of information getting people prepared and ready for the Brilliant event, and a lot of that information was great. But several things in there have changed, and some of the information wasn't as good. So I want to clarify some of that, talk about what's changed, and then talk about some of the things that we've found out that will be happening a little bit more commonly with Brilliant events and how they work out. So first of all, the Brilliant Golden Snitch. This is the thing that everyone is looking for. This is what will appear in the wild. It is appearing, but there's also Harry Potter and Brilliant Hedwig, and why are those also appearing? Well, we found out something about Brilliant events when they come in pairs. The first half of this was all about Harry Potter and Hedwig, but the second half we thought was going to be all about the Snitch. We kind of thought of them as two separate Brilliant events, but they're viewed more or less as one Brilliant event in two parts. And so anything that is in the first part, you will also be finding in the second part. So you will also be finding all three of them in the wild, but you will be finding the Golden Snitch more than any other. The assignments you had in the first section cannot be completed in the second section. So if you left anything in the first section and it wasn't completed, you're not going to be able to finish it in the second section. So if you don't get it done, then you're stuck. So that's more important now to get the assignments done so that you can be ready to move on and have everything you can possibly get from the event. Also, any port keys you got in the first event, if you open them now, will still give you the items you got in the first event. So you're going to have to get through all those port keys before you can get a new 7-kilometer port key from this event. And then that will be the item that gives you Harry's Ministry ID. So you're going to have to get through all your old port keys to get to the new ones. The old ones will not give you the new items. Also, the old runestones will not give you the new daily profit. You have to get through the old runestones, and any new runestones, those are ones that will give you the daily profit. Now, all that being said, once this half of the Brilliant event moves on, if you have any runestones left over, then they will give you a sum of each. So they'll give you some of the profit and some of the old item. And so if you didn't have your registry filled out before, you still can work on those items, but if you didn't have your registry filled out from one of the items in the assignment, you can't get that. Along those lines, they've also confirmed that any of the Brilliant events won't be coming around in the future. They don't have any plans for that in the future. So if a Brilliant event isn't completed right now, you're probably never going to complete that Brilliant event ever again. So that means it's more important. Get on these and finish them out. So if it disappears, then I'm sorry, you're out of luck. You're never going to be able to get the chance to finish off that Brilliant event again. They've also changed around some of the tasks in the assignments, and I want to go through those and talk about some of the strategies and things that have come up. And I like how they've changed it around. It's a much better system than it was originally at, because the information I gave you earlier was from early data mining, and they've changed things since then. So we now have the actual list of assignments that are going on. So let's dive into those. For the first section, you're going to have to return 5 medium foundables. Medium foundables don't particularly have a flare. Now, if you return high threat level and higher, so anything with a flare, those also count towards the medium. So a lot of the foundables out there will count towards this, and it gets pretty quick. So if you're in a place with a lot of spawns, that's something you're probably going to march through, and after 10 to 15 different returns, you'll get those. Now, if you're looking for specifically for medium foundables, you actually have to open them up to see if they are basic or medium. On top of that, you're also going to have to pick up 5 ingredients off the ground. Oof, that's going to be a hard one. I don't know if anyone's going to be able to complete that one. And then you're also going to have to dine at 2 ends. So this whole section is pretty quick and easy, and with all that, you're going to get 2 green books. In the second section, you're going to have to return 2 Brilliant Golden Snitches. This should be fairly easy as they are popping up rather regularly around. If you're in a nest, you might not see them quite as commonly as you will outside of the nest. So if you're in a nest, get outside of a nest, go to other places where they pop up quite a bit. Next, you're going to have to unlock 4 port keys, so get your port keys ready. You have to unlock 4 of it, but thankfully those are the only port keys you're going to have to do in this. And then you're going to have to cast 10 great spells. And so Masterful does also count great or better. So this is much easier than the 10 Masterful spells that I was talking about last time, so they've lowered this down again. 10 great or Masterful spells will get you that. And if you complete all of this, that'll give you 4 more books, so 6 total. Into the next section, you're going to have to return 4 high threat level foundables. These are things with flares. So high and greater, those all count, and I generally suggest wait until evening and go out out then, because then you'll be able to easily get a lot of the oddities, and those also count. So that is a very quick way, and if you go out in the evening, usually 15 to 20 minutes running around, you'll be able to find them very easily. Next, you're going to have to get 3 more golden snitches. That should be relatively easy. And then you're going to have to return 4 dark arts foundables. So I'd suggest go to a bank. You'll see the dark arts flag generally waving around those, and you'll have a much better chance of finding there. So look for your bank. Yes, those are where the dark arts are at. Then completing all that, that'll give you 2 more green books. On to the last section, and this one is actually pretty difficult. You're going to have to plan ahead for this and have a lot of time, because you're going to have to brew 8 potions. And so this is going to be the majority of a day, if not longer, in one cauldron. So get ready for this, and make sure that you don't have anything long in your cauldron, and plan ahead so you have enough time to finish this, because you don't want to run out of time in the Brilliant event. And so I generally suggest brewing 8 healing potions. Those you can brew those out pretty quickly and easily, and you can run through those very well. And also then you'll be able to use healing potions in one of the next sections. Next, you're going to have to use 8 potions, and you can do that in the next section, which is defeating 3 dark wizards, common dark wizards. And so you're probably going to be finding these in runes number 1 or number 2. They're relatively easy. And if you're an auror, you'll find them very quickly. If you're a professor, you may have a little bit more time. Professors may have to do 6 to 9 different sessions until they can find 3 common dark wizards, but they will come eventually. And that's where you can use your healing potions, and you can kind of complete this all at once. So this step is going to take a little bit longer. It takes some thinking ahead, but it should be fairly quick as long as you think about brewing time and what potions you're going to be brewing. Completing all that will give you 7 green books. So almost half of all the green books come in this last section. So make sure you get through this, because if you don't complete this, you're going to be falling short on green books. Also, you're going to be getting 50 gold, so that's a pretty good chunk of reward there. So that's kind of a nice incentive. And then completing all of these, you'll get the 3 foundables needed for completing assignments. So you'll get the badge, you will get the London 5 picture, and then you will be getting Harry Potter's family photo. And so yes, have fun completing all these assignments. So there's a lot of things in here that aren't quite as we originally expect them. That's one of the things with data mining. They may change over time. And so I'm hoping this helps you out and gives you some ideas. This is a lot of fun, and I kind of like this idea with the Brilliant events. There's a lot of excitement up front, and they tend to taper off a little bit. But make sure you get these done, because you're never going to get a chance to do this again. So yes, finish off your registry, otherwise you're going to be looking at those empty spots forever. Not happy. I hope this helped you out. If it did, please let me know down below. Also, if you have any thoughts or ideas, comments, let me know. I do try and read through as many of those as I possibly can. And if you did like the video, please hit like, comment, share, subscribe, ring the bell. Those really do help out, and thank you for that. That means a lot to me personally. Thank you. So I think that's it for now. And until next time, have a magical day.